Seiko Japan actually posted that.
Oh, that's sick.
Look, it even says tuna. It says tuna can prospects. Super delicious.
Oh.
Ready for it?
Oh, we need
Isn't that pretty good?
Yeah, we need. Hi guys, I'm Patrick.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Clock,
Stock,
and Barrel, where we deliver a mature and adult consumer's opinion on everything watch related.
That's right,
As
guys.
he does hand farts and looks at his new
Stowa. I think it's Stova. I think that's how the Germans would say it, right? Stova.
Stova?
Stova. Because Sto is more like Russian, but like Stova would be Stova.
I'm just gonna ask one of my neo-Nazi friends.
It's definitely. I'm almost Stova. Schon gut war.
Ah.
Yeah, schon gut war.
Ah, good.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So this is my new Stova.
The lid just blows off.
Big giveaway. Comes in a pretty cool little case.
I love the skin. Yeah, we'll put the box off to the side, guys.
Yeah.
But,
So
one more glimpse.
we'll do an unboxing, first impressions, and then I'll kind of tell you guys sort of why I purchased this and why I think this fits into my collection, but more so why I wanted it.
Yeah. So this is sort of gonna be a one-off. This is really interesting. It almost became a "Do You Need" segment on the channel because Fliegers are.
Oh, you just gave it away.
Oh no! Whoa! Come on. There's so.
It could be a couple things, but most people are gonna. It's obviously a Flieger.
But which one?
Comes in a cool little box too, right? So I got.
This is my first time looking at it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Damn. I've literally not seen this yet. This is so I decided to go with the no date logo 40mm Stowa Classic. So
You'll correct us. I know you will.
the Flieger.
The Flieger. I'm gonna put this down. We'll just look at the watch now.
Yeah. Here, you go ahead. This is literally your first impression ever. You haven't seen this yet.
Metal.
So
Is this a bun strap or is this? Okay, I'm gonna put that out to the side too. So in the box,
nothing. I mean, nothing crazy. It was just the box. You can't even take this out, and then just a little hand sign thing that says
March 2017.
March 2017.
Did you get this new?
Yeah.
You're the original owner.
I'm the original owner of this, man.
This guy.
Yeah, I figured why not? They're under $1,000. I might as well be the first.
What?
Order. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, man.
These are one of the original Flieger.
Yeah. So guys, while Patrick's kind of admiring this piece,
this is literally a first impressions on camera. So all the expressions you're going to see me make are legitimate. So,
I've had a couple Fliegers in the past. I've had two Steinhardts. Steinhardt is obviously not an original 5 World War II Flieger maker. I had a Laco, but it was kind of a re-edition. Ended up returning that. I just got that via Amazon, and I went with this Stova, which is the 40mm. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Stova is actually one of the 5 contractors from World War II that supplied the German military with Flieger watches. They had the B dials and the A dials. Pretty awesome, right? It's just a 2824.
No, but that action on
but
the
it was Stova, it was Lange, Vempe, IWC, and Laco. Those were the 5 companies. So this is one of the original companies. So Stova was saved, I think, in the 90s by an individual, a designer and a guy who basically kind of revitalized the brand. And they created these 40mm Classiques, which are really just an homage to the 55mm.
Yeah, this is smaller than.
Yeah, the originals were 55mm, and they had these super long straps that you could kind of fit over your bomber jacket, right? So they made it obviously more wearable for today's daily standards. So this one comes in 40mm. Other companies have larger, some smaller. One of my favorites, the IWC Big Pilot, comes in 46mm. And has that big diamond crown on it, which is really cool. It's one of my favorite pieces of all time, but it's the IWC Big Pilot reference 5002.
Wow. Yeah.
But you know, it's like 8-9 grand used. You know, it's going to be like 12 grand for a brand new 5009 reference. So I've always loved this. Yeah, under $1 grand shipped to the United States from Germany in 2 days.
That's That's astounding, guys.
I've heard a lot of...
This is an ETA 2824.
Yeah, it's an ETA 2824.
Well, it says it right there. And I'll show off this. I'm going to show you guys now. I've taken long enough admiring it.
So I'm super stoked. I've always loved the pilot design, Fliegers in general, and I really like the A-type dial, which is this one you see here. The B-type has the super small hands and has that inner hour circle, usually in the outer ring. Has the minutes rather.
You said what type is this again?
This is the A type dial.
I actually prefer this type as well.
Yeah, and you can see that beautiful onion crown as well. So what are your first impressions now that I kind of gave a little background on it?
So yeah, sorry to have spoiled it for you guys. No, but honestly, to me, this sort of, and maybe we will fit this in that category. Do you need a Flieger? Because every time I see one in the flesh, I'm just immediately enamored with these watches. I've always wanted a Flieger myself. I've contemplated getting one. I have to, you got to get one German made, and it doesn't have to be from the original 5. I just love the aesthetic. It certainly has to be German made.
That was important to me, is getting one of the 5 originals.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think Laco and Stowa are the two kind of I would say more entry level original German brands. Now Laco's kind of taken a different approach, and they have some Miyotas. You can do an ETA or a Miyota, and they also have quartz ones too that you can get on Amazon for like $200. So if you really love this style and don't give a crap about if it's an automatic or a quartz, just get yourself a Laco quartz.
Yeah.
But I had to go with the Stowa. I love the onion crown. That was one of the biggest things that sold me. I love the big diamond crowns on the IWCs.
And the movement is so gorgeous here. I don't know if you can look at the details, but like they've actually decorated it very well. It's really, really beautiful rendition of a 2824. And you can see all the specifics on the back, everything you need to know. It's waterproofing, it's sapphire crystal, it's stainless steel. Oh, so gorgeous, so that man. Jorg Schauer, that's the guy that basically took Stowa, purchased it, and brought it back up to give it life again. Do you know if these blued hands are like authentically?
Yep. So that was one of the big selling points for me as well. It depends on the reflection that you guys are seeing, but those blued hands are actually heat treated, and they're not done by Stowa. They're done by a Swiss brand. So they source those hands from a Swiss hand maker. So it's kind of crazy because when you kind of look on it straight on, they almost look black in some lights, and that's kind of a distinguishing feature of blue treated or heat treated hands. And then when they hit the light just right, especially in sunlight, they're this beautiful bright blue. Oh, there you go. You got a nice little flash right there. Beautiful bright blue metal. So, and I think that goes so well because it's such a simple design.
Sorry if that was hard to make out. Yeah, it is really beautiful. Because when you look at these Fliegers, that's another thing that's essential to me. At least I'd love for it to be German made, and I'd love for it to have blue hands,
which is authentic to the World War II Fliegers.
Because it's such a simplistic watch, and I have to say, guys, this Stowa leather strap is so nice. It's so nice.
I have a brown one coming in too. I forgot to add that to my shipment, so I had to buy it separately. But they have a light, like camel brown leather strap that's identical to this one, just brown. I think it was like $25-$30.
So the thing is, you can spend in upwards of $300 to $5,000 depending on the Flieger you pick. Do I feel like it's
up to 12 if you want a big pilot?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Depending on who you purchase from, but yeah, those IWCs are way up there.
Yeah,
and the quality is up there as well. So I can understand why they would do that. I think these are absolutely beautiful. They would make a perfect addition to your collection. They're just a great, I'll say field watch, but they're a great everyday watch. Now, the water resistance isn't fantastic.
Yeah, it's like 5 ATM, I think so.
But it's perfect for everyday use. So honestly, if you want something that's time only and extremely accurate and just extremely a joy to look at.
Extremely legible too. And it's so crazy because, they're... as people who really love watches, there are different things that capture your interest in a dial. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's finishing, but there's something about this simplicity that like I find myself when I'm wearing this just staring down at the dial. It doesn't have any crazy guilloche patterns, you know? It doesn't have any I mean, the hands are beautiful, obviously.
The hands are beautiful.
There's just something about the simplicity and the aesthetics to a Flieger that I just find myself looking down at it constantly.
I totally agree. Honestly, it's one of those perfect designs. You know, I'd say the Submariner style dial face is one of those perfect designs. I'd have to say
The Tudor Black Bay.
Exactly. You know, the rectangle, the triangle, and the circle. Those simple shapes are it's just one of those perfect designs for a dial face. And then of course this Type A dial face here for this Flieger is one of those perfect designs with the triangle at 12 with the double dots. It's just you're right. Its simplicity is gorgeous, and needs a relative word, but do I want one? Yes, I definitely want one. Particularly after seeing yours, and the fact that you can get an automatic German-made Flieger for under $1,000 is a steal. So, like my ballpark average, I try not to spend more because I feel like you can get a good watch, guys. Honestly, from $500 to $900. You know, under $1,000, you can get a lot of good watches under $1,000. My Omegas, both of them, are under $1,000. Little secret. You don't have to spend a lot to get a good watch.
Yeah.
And this is so nice. 40 millimeters. I have to say, I wish it was curved more. Yes, it's curved slightly, but because it's not, I don't know. On the wrist, it feels like it feels like something that you'd find on the panel of a jet or a plane. You know,
I actually do wish, and this is kind of crazy because 40 millimeters is such a perfect size. I actually do kind of wish it was maybe 43 because I think in general, I mean, I'm kind of shifting towards larger watches to begin with, which is kind of weird. But for a Flieger, regardless, I think you can pass off a little bit slightly larger size. You know, so and I love the rivets on the leather as well. You know, adds to that kind of vintage Flieger charm.
This just feels like a great tool. What the gentleman would wear on his day off. Like, this is his watch on a day off. It just has so much character. And again, that simplistic design can only be accentuated when you have features like those rivets on the bracelet, like you mentioned earlier. That leather strap, excuse me. And by the way, like, if you buy this, don't switch straps. This strap is really comfortable.
But I'm going to have to.
Why is that?
Once summer rolls around, because I don't want to ruin this.
Oh, that's
true. But it's okay because these Fliegers also look, especially this size, this 40 millimeters, since it kind of has more of a field watch size to it, is going to look great on a black, gray, or a green NATO strap. It's going to kind of add to that military feel, you know? So once summer rolls around and I don't want to ruin my leathers because it's hot as balls here in New York City, I'm just going to throw that on a NATO and be done with it. Yeah.
Even like a canvas, like two-piece.
I was thinking about a black canvas, like Cordura strap, you know, like the nylon kind of texture. Like, that would look great too. The IWC big pilots have that kind of textile Cordura structure for those bracelets. So,
or even you can get those Hirsch leather straps that are water resistant.
Yeah,
that'd be a good option if you want to keep that leather aesthetic.
Yep.
I don't think they do one with the rivets. However,
I'll have to
double check. Oh my gosh! But the thing is, it's such a simple design that even if you did want to switch the straps, it would pair so well with so many things. It's such a versatile look. Exactly.
That's the thing, is it's so versatile because it's 10 millimeters thick, right? So you can wear this to the office and look like a boss, right? Yeah. So this will fit under a cuff really well. But then you can dress this. I mean, that's what's so great about this piece. It's how versatile it is. You can have it in the office, or you can have it dressed in khaki shorts or shorts and a t-shirt, you know, and you'll look just as good in both respects. So I'm really happy about this purchase.
What are your thoughts about it? Yeah,
I think I finally got my Flieger purchase right.
Because you bought a bigger one and you're still thinking about it. Because you had the Steinhardt.
I had the Steinhardt
for a brief while,
which was great, and it had the diamond crown, which I loved. But there's just something about owning one of the original 5.
I agree.
From World War II.
You're making me really.
And maybe I'm just a sucker for the history. Yeah, which is a big part of watches, I think, and why we
Damasco
love that.
makes Fliegers, and I'm actually considering getting a Damasco.
They do. They're definitely more modern. Their looks, you know, the aesthetics. They don't have anything that looks exactly like a classic A dial. No. You know, they have the crosshairs, and they have kind of different batons and stuff. And
it's gotta be just time only though.
Yeah,
that's my thing. If I were to get Flieger, I definitely want to just to tell the time.
Yeah.
It's hard to find time-only watches these days, as crazy as that is to say. I have such trouble finding good mid-tier, high-end, time-only pieces. I don't know why that's a thing.
So this variation, guys, comes in 4 different. It comes in 4 different variants. There's the no date dial or no date logo, which I have here. The no date no logo, which is a completely blank dial.
I'd love that.
And you would love that. And that's more true to the original. I kind of wanted just a little bit of something. I wanted to look down and see that Stowa. And then they have the they have the date with no logo too. So they have every possible option there. And it's kind of cool because you can also customize. You can customize the rotor if you want. So that's kind of cool. They have they have these little add-ons on the website. If you want to have an engraving or something for a graduation, or like maybe someone's getting married, or you want the Stowa logo just straight across with none of this additional text.
I actually really like this.
They make custom rotors for this 2824. And I think you can actually change the 2824. You can go the different grades of 2824. I didn't see that on the website this time. Maybe I missed something. So it leads me to believe this is a standard at a 2824.
And you bought this directly
from Stowa, and it was literally came from Germany in 2 days, which is awesome.
There's one thing I want to mention. This is something when we were talking about this watch before Adam purchased it, as to whether which model he should get. But what brand you should get. I was talking about, I feel like Fliegers are fine cigars, honestly. You know, a good cigar is perfection. And you know how they have those labels around the ends of the cigars?
Oh, yeah.
I was telling him about how I feel it would be most appropriate, and I love how you had to have the lettering on the dial, but I feel like it's better sans the lettering. I
totally understand that.
It's even more simple, but like a fine cigar, you remove the labeling. It's just not to show off when you're in company.
Yeah.
Not that you're showing off with this. It's actually very respectably priced. Like, I don't think this is going to put anyone down. It's odd. Those watches are status symbols too.
If anything, this is the cheaper Flieger.
Yeah.
Because Vempe has their own. Vempe doesn't really make that many watches anymore, but I think they have a couple Fliegers. Lange, I guess, maybe have a Flieger that's not very true to the original. And then IWC, of course, they have their crazy amount.
Yeah.
And IWC actually has the Le Petit, I guess that's how you say it, Prince, which is a 40 millimeter Flieger. Looks almost exactly like that. Maybe we can throw up a little picture of that, or you guys can look it up. 40 millimeter IWC Pilot, and it's like $3,000 or something like that. 3 and some change, maybe even 4+ for retail price. And it's literally the exact same thing. It's an IWC caliber, but it's just an ETA 2824 modified. So you're basically getting almost the exact same thing without that IWC Schaffhausen name, for a third of the price. So
yeah, and there you go. That's again my point. Like, just if you remove the logo, none the wiser. Like, why tout that you have a $3,000 watch as opposed to a $1,000 watch if you're not trying to show off status in some respect? Not that that's what you were going for, but I almost feel like Fliegers, in respect to the watch industry, have that sort of cigar mentality, for me at least.
No, they do. I mean, they're true tools.
Because people consider it with or without.
Yeah.
With the logo.
IWC, you can't even choose.
Yeah.
They're like, no, we're putting our logo on that bad boy.
But I love that Stowa offers that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's absolutely cool. And this watch is just drop dead gorgeous. This is my first time seeing it again, guys. I've always wanted a Flieger, and this is definitely steering me towards getting one.
The lume's actually really great on that too. I would hope so. I think they use super lumen of it. And one of my favorite things ever too is, by the way, guys, after you finish this video, just go up and look up the Big Pilot IWC John Mayer video. They do a whole review of the entire IWC line. He sits down with Ben Clymer and they talk about big pilots of new and old. And I always liked how he said you can just kind of put this on your nightstand, and if it has some good lume, you wake up in the middle of the night, you're going to know exactly what time it is, because the dial is just so simple and so direct with the hour minutes and the hour and the seconds and the minute hands that it's like basically a desk clock,
He's absolutely right.
So, I mean, what can I say? I love Fliegers. I love the Big Pilot. I hope to own a Big Pilot one day. It's just way too out of my price range right now. way too much money for one piece, you know.
Yeah, there's nothing else to say about it, guys. Like, the Flieger design is a classic. It's here to stay. There are a couple groups that do it beyond the 5 that Adam mentioned. Honestly, I don't think you can go wrong. It's your aesthetic, you know, whatever you find to be the most attractive model in dial face design, I say go for it. Need is a relative word. I think your particular watch is absolutely gorgeous. It deserves to be in a collection. This is a really good buy for you. Congratulations.
Yeah,
it looks
thanks,
so nice. And the 40mm sizing is just perfect.
It's unlike anything I have either, you know?
Yeah. Well,
it's a Flieger. You know, Fliegers are Fliegers. There's nothing like... I mean, field watches are a little similar.
Yeah.
I think my girlfriend actually, she's like, looks kind of like your Hamilton that you had. Yeah. My brother
looks
has
like
that
CWC,
now.
Like my Cabot Watch Company, my World War II.
But why? Because those are all military watches, right? Military inspired. So there's going to be a certain element of just kind of oneness with all those watches, you know,
because they were designed
aesthetically.
They were designed to be extremely legible.
Exactly.
And there's no denying like this watch's legibility, and that's the beauty of it too. Like, as a true tool piece, it's just designed for task. I absolutely love it, guys.
Cool piece.
If you love it, hit that like button. If you don't, hit that dislike button, and that's okay. We couldn't convince you by how much we're gushing about this Flieger right now. Do you need it? I think that's for you to decide. Guys, if you own a Flieger, let us know which one you own in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Stowa, the brand, or the brand you own in particular, and whether or not you are considering a Flieger as well. Let me know what you purchased if you did, because I'm seriously considering getting a Flieger now. I actually like some of the faux aged ones. Hear me out. It's a great way to buy something that looks vintage. That you know, it's not unsophisticated when they do that. I think it's just a choice, and I really like the faux patina on some of these aged variants, Fliegers. So let me know your thoughts on that too. Dude, that whole aging trend, we're gonna have to do a video on that, because everyone's doing faux patina on everything,
even on the freaking Omega's trilogy things too.
Yeah, it gets a little annoying, but I understand why they do it. Yeah. At any rate, guys, if you like this video, hit the subscribe button. It's down there for that reason. If you want to see more content like this, do it. Just do it.
And buy a Flieger.
And buy a Flieger with us. He bought one. I'm buying one. You should buy one. Stowa, support us. Send money to the channel. We will talk about your watches all day. Take care, guys.
Cool. Bye, guys.